I was actually at work and I heard gunshots, but I had no clue where they came from. And then when I had got off work, I had drove down the street, and his stepfather, had a sign that said, "My unarmed son has been executed by the police." Everybody was just crying. Everybody was upset. Like they left his body on the ground for 4 hours without being covered up. I came out the next day, and it was the same thing. We basically all, like the community, got together and basically was standing together because we just feel like change has to come about, because that could have been my little brother.
No peace. And you lean to the right with it. No justice. No peace.
Mike was a member of this community. St. Louis isn't that big of a city. Everybody knows everybody. If you don't know a person, you're really only a few degrees away from that person. So, I feel very attached to the story because, I feel that I have some things in common with Mike. I feel like, his life story, my life story is very similar.
Who are you? Mike Brown! Street! Who are you? Mike Brown! Street!
Come in the street, come on!
Who are you? Mike Brown!
I went to Palestine early this year in January, and I went through these checkpoints, these dehumanizing things where you gotta walk through, you gotta get searched. Basically, and what I saw in Palestine was if you're Palestinian, you have to prove that you're not a threat to the system. And it's the same way with us, man, here in Ferguson. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black man, or a black woman, we have to prove that, you don't have to fear us, so you can be safe around us. And if we don't prove that quick enough, we can be killed. I mean, there's a checkpoint right up there. I mean, there's checkpoints here, you know what I'm saying, in Ferguson, you know what I'm saying?
Get back!
If you come on West Florissant, if you come in any black community, you see a lot of closed down schools. You don't see enough community centers for black children to go to. I mean, you don't see nothing. You don't see a lot of black business owners. There's not enough jobs out here in this community. I'm seeing these older people working my job and they have family to support. I feel like no grown adult should be making $7.50 an hour if they have bills and they have responsibilities like kids. So how are you to pay this grown woman $7.50 an hour? Or someone that's been working there 20 plus years and you don't even pay them what they really deserve? My little sister, my niece, my little nephews, I'm fighting for them because I feel like they shouldn't have to live in poverty. They shouldn't have to struggle.
I'm hearing a lot of frustration, a lot of anger, a lot of why are we always the ones that are restricted, boxed in like animals. You have women who have been a force of activism in the community who also want to be on the front lines and protesting and helping and being counted for those efforts. Yet a lot of the women are also mothers, so they have that added layer of child caring and nurturing and raising their children at home while also wanting to be a part of the movement. We have more than one school district in St. Louis County that has gone through the process of losing accreditation. Both of those districts have a overwhelmingly large African American population. However, if you go into other county suburbs where the racial numbers are reversed, you don't have that same problem. They are top-ranking students, top-ranking resources, and access to things like chemistry labs and field trips and textbooks that they can take home and iPads and things of that nature. So not only on an educational front, but state funding and resources, having access to fresh produce in your grocery store, having fair pricing of your groceries in your local grocery store. So it's a lot of systemic issues that have lends itself to the issues that we're facing now. And this is not just Ferguson, Florissant, but a lot of cities within St. Louis that are mostly African American.
You shouldn't have to live in poverty if these corporations and these CEOs and presidents are not living in poverty. So that's why we all join together and we all just standing up and fighting for our rights and standing up for basically what we believe in.
I know that we will win. I know that we will win.
We got Eric Garner, who was choked to death in New York City. We got John Crawford, who was picking up a BB gun and shot and killed in Ohio. We got Ezell Ford, shot 3 times in the back in LA, man. So to really, see what's happening here and say, man, how can we connect the dots and really have some national movement against the indiscriminate killing of people of color by these police officers? To me, it's okay, man, well, how can we take that, energy you know what I'm saying, that rage, you know what I'm saying, that anger, and can we manifest it into something, into where energy where we can actually connect the dots and change these laws.
Don't shoot! Hands up! Don't shoot!